Hello again, I'm Mike and I'm the Sports History Collector. Today I have something very special for you. It's Athletes at War, Volume 16, World War I and II, featuring baseball's Hank Gowdy, and I believe he's the only player I'll be featuring that served in both the Great Wars. Hank Gowdy played Major League Baseball for parts of 17 seasons, with the Giants and the Braves, amassing a very good .270 batting average, and generally considered one of, if not the best defensive catcher of his era. Hank had already had 8 seasons under his belt when he became the first Major League ball player to enlist in the Army during World War I. He reported for duty on July 15, 1917, and was soon headed for the front lines in Europe. Hank served in the Fighting 42nd Division, also known as the Rainbow Division, so named by General Pershing because he had the uncanny luck of being surrounded by rainbows during the heavy combat it faced. He saw combat at the battles of, I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing these, the battles of Chateau Thierry, Saint-Mihiel, and the Argonne as a color sergeant. By March 1918, the 42nd Division were in the Lorraine region of France where they faced fierce attacks by German forces. Despite repeated artillery bombing and bloody hand-to-hand combat, they held the ground but suffered thousands of casualties. Colonel B.W. Howe, commander of the 166th, is quoted as saying that Gowdy was one of his top men in the regiment of many great soldiers. Every outfit ought to have somebody like Hank, said Colonel Howe. The boys idolized him, and he gets them all stirred up with the baseball stories. He helps them forget about the terror of war. He carried the flag and was one of those that heaved gas bombs at the enemy. He was fantastic. Gowdy returned to a hero's welcome and continued to play for the Braves from 1919 through 1923. He was then traded to the New York Giants. Gowdy ended his playing days back with the Braves in 1930. He then began a career in coaching, remaining with the Braves until 1937. He then joined the Reds coaching staff in 1938. During the 1942 season, Gowdy applied for the military service but was rejected. But in January 1943, the Army changed its mind, and at age 53, Gowdy received a commission as a captain. During the early days of World War II, Gowdy spoke up for the athletes labeled physical rejects. A man should be physically perfect for military service, he explained, because it calls for sustained action over a long period of exceedingly trying conditions. In baseball, a man with a handicap often can meet the game's demands. Of course, he is not continually in action as frequently in the case in the Army. Captain Gowdy held the post of Special Service Officer at Fort Benning Infantry Officers Training Command, where on March 31st, 1925, the baseball field had been renamed Hank Gowdy Field in his honor. Gowdy had risen to the rank of major before leaving the Army in November 1944 and returning to the major leagues in 1945 to resume his role as a coach with Cincinnati. In 1947, he joined the Giants coaching staff and remained there until 1948 when he retired from baseball. Hank Gowdy passed away August 1st, 1966 in his hometown of Columbus, Ohio. He was 76 years old. Hank Gowdy was a true American hero, and we thank him for his service. And now a couple of quick tidbits. Hank was the catcher for the 1914 Miracle Braves that swept the heavily favored Athletics 4-0. Although Hank hit .243 for the season, he rose to the occasion in the series and hit .545, which was then a record. The record will be broken in 1919 by Ivy Wingo of the Reds, and has since been broken many additional times. The second thing is that Hank holds the record for being on the Hall of Fame ballot the longest without being elected. He made it up to 35.9% without going any further, but there was obviously quite a few writers that thought he was worthy. In fact, the year he got 35.9, there were 5 players slightly above and several right below that would eventually make the Hall, but not Hank. And now for my collection. Sometimes you just get something that you're really jazzed about, and if you make videos, it jumps ahead of the line. That's the case with this. I was not even aware this existed until recently, but it is a booklet card made by the Historic Autograph Company and consists of a cut autograph and a 1919 strip card of Hank Gowdy. They put out a series of these, and for Hank there was 11 cards issued, and this one is 11 of 11. The great thing about this is that Hank had been on my autograph and card radar for many years, And buying this with the autograph and the card together was about a third cheaper than if I had purchased them individually. Yay me! Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the story of Hank Gowdy, and I'll talk to you soon.